I'm glad you can get on. That's great.
Yes.
I know. Me too. Told her, get ready. Get ready for this. I'll be done right in time to take you. So hi, Lori.
Hi, you beautiful ladies.
Right back at ya.
Mm-hmm.
I miss you all.
I miss you guys too.
Tree.
Miss you.
Oh, I love the texts.
Yes.
They brighten my day.
Right.
Mine as well.
Hello, TikTok. I see a bunch of people joining. Let me know if you can hear me and see me by commenting. And it looks like YouTube's working. Sometimes it will. Hello. Nobody's on, so I can't ask. Sometimes the mic shows me if it's working and I don't see it working. All right. If you're on TikTok watching my live, can you comment and say hello or let me know you can hear me? Hi, Gina. Good to have you. Awesome. Thank you so much. Okay, so if you were joining me on TikTok or YouTube, I am doing a live channeling tonight with my Ascension membership. Every Wednesday we get together at 5:30 p.m. Central, and I pull through the Wisdom Keepers who I channel, and they ask whatever questions they want to ask. I never know beforehand, and I'm sure the Wisdom Keepers probably know a little bit, but don't know whatever is going to come through. So if you are watching on TikTok and you do stay, you'll be able to hear the responses. And I don't know if you can hear the questions, but you'll for sure hear the responses. Hello, hello. I got my hair cut today. First time in like 6 months. It was looking a little ratty.
Looks shiny and fresh.
Yeah, except for, I don't know if this is menopause, but this part of my hair will not stop being oily. I'm like, what? It just started like 2 weeks ago. I'm like, okay, it must be menopause. All right. Well, I will get ready to tune in here. And again, like if you are on TikTok or YouTube, just know that you may not hear the questions, but you'll hear the responses. I don't know what you guys are able to access. All right. And again, just make sure you're mute. Not me, just everybody else. And then if you have a question, just put it in the chat that you have a question. And then again, whenever you do ask a question, it's okay to leave yourself off of mute in case they want to interact with you and have a little bit of a chat. So you can keep it off mute. All right. Sounds good. Okay. Well, I will be back and see you later. We are here to assist you with this transmission of light and energy in an exchange of understanding to help you to be able to shift into higher consciousness within your own mind to comprehend yourself in a new way. We want to begin by asking you a simple question. Do you understand what up and down are in your reality? And assuming you understand what up and down represent in your reality, we are going to give you some concepts and some insight on what it feels like for you as you ascend based on your understanding of up and down. The quantum field of the universe is not built on up and down, or left or right, or forward or backwards. The quantum field of the universe combines all of these things, and therefore there is never truly a direction that is being taken, only an awareness. And in the awareness, the point in which your focus is, that is where you are. Your soul has many points of awareness that is projecting into the field around you. And one of these is this lifetime that you are currently residing in now. This is a point of awareness that you could say in your reality is below or down from your higher soul, the part of you that is projecting yourself into this frequency, that is living as a human being at this time, in this timeline, in this reality, and in this experience that you are having at the moment. However, we want you to understand that this awareness of yourself is not the only awareness that you are projecting yourself into at this time. There are multiple and many experiences that your soul is taking on at the same time. Some of you may be aware that you have spirit guides or those around you supporting you. And one of these things you may not be aware of is that some of these guides that you have are you from other lifetimes, from a point of focus. This point of focus is non-physical usually. However, it can be presented in a physical form based on that current lifetime's projection, whether they are in the body or out of the body at the time. And you may understand this by moments where you leave your body, where you are sleeping or interacting with the non-physical realm in a trance meditative state. You may have experiences with those that you see in your mind's eye, that you question, who is this? What is my connection with them? And this is a part of your soul helping itself in each timeline. Your higher perspective mind, the one that is able to shift back into the awareness of who it is and how it is perceiving itself at this time, is the one that is ascending. This is the consciousness. This is the non-physical. This is the element of love frequency that you reside in the purity of, outside of your awareness here as a human. As you ascend, your perspective of down or below begins to shift. And the things that you relate to around you based on that down or below awareness and understanding begin to shift. So we give you the thought that as you interact with the earth, you interact based on the frequency that you see. And if that is a low frequency, you will engage with low frequency things and realities around you. This involves emotions, this involves interactions, and this involves the perception in which you see yourself. When you shift into another awareness of your true self, when you come closer to the reality of your original form, which on earth you call ascending or rising or going above, you shift into what you may call another dimension, where you perceive yourself in the world around you even more differently than the way that you saw it in the third dimension or the dimension that you are extending your focus into. As each shift takes place in your energy, the vibration of your awareness opens up and the way that you perceive and relate changes. And this is why at times it may feel out of balance to relate or attempt to relate to things that were in the lower conscious mind or the down in your perspective. and attempting to connect or have conversation or find some type of understanding in these low vibrations that you perceive, you have to shift yourself into that awareness to relate to it now. And as you shift higher or ascend, it becomes more difficult to relate with those things that you no longer vibrate at the same frequency of. As you continue to ascend, this is going to be the case. And your awareness, if you were to describe it as going upward, is bringing you into a larger capacity to hold reality in your mind instead of a single focus. That focus has opened up. If you could imagine a dot in your third eye, and the dot is very small, it begins to get bigger and bigger and bigger, opening up the third eye, giving you the ability to see the non-physical realm, to relate to the non-physical realm, and to communicate with the non-physical realm. This is what is taking place in your field of consciousness as you each ascend or go upward into a higher awareness. And this is also what is giving you the ability to communicate with us on more of a understanding level, where we can work with your energy to share messages, such as what we are doing now. When prior to a human vessel being at a frequency we could not connect with to bring you messages. But these messages are coming through each and every one of you. It is not necessarily that this is taking place with one individual. So we want to encourage you to become aware of how the communication is coming to you. Not all communication will be the same, but it will all have a equal or unity consciousness message about it. This is why you see many of your intuitives or those who have volunteered to assist with this ascension sharing messages that are very similar, or something that you have heard that feels familiar, because the messages that we share are always the same, just based on the vibration it comes through and the language that is able to be spoken at that time. So as you continue to awaken and ascend and move upward, you are going to begin to see what it means to create a as above, so below consciousness, because your below consciousness is going to shift higher, and your above consciousness will continue to shift higher as well. You will begin to become more aware of how you interact with the higher conscious and how you can unify as humanity to live in that higher consciousness. We are now ready to take your questions.
Jen?
Hi, I have 2 questions today. I was meditating earlier today, and the bottoms of my feet started to tingle, and it lasted quite a while. I was wondering if you could tell me what's happening.
Yes, you are activating chakra systems within your energetic body, even those who reside outside of your body. The earth chakra, you may say, that's connecting you to the ability to ground yourself even deeper into your own energy and to share that frequency with the earth around you. And so your physical sensations were a representation of what was happening in your energetic field at that time. We hope that helps.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
My second question is that a few of us have noticed that at times the sun or moon may appear to be in a somewhat odd position in the sky. Can you tell me anything about this?
This is happening due to your conscious awareness shifting And many times you may be moving about and moving into different timelines without even awareness of it happening. And the timeline, what we mean by that is a new reality of seeing. It is not necessarily time has changed, because time does not exist. It's almost like you've walked through a portal or an energetic door that has presented the reality in a new way to you, which has brought you a little bit of confusion in that moment, as it's not the reality you once perceived a moment, or in your time, second ago. And these shifts are just clues into where you are moving into a higher consciousness. And some of you will notice these shifts taking place more often. And you'll notice that some of these shifts will remain permanent in your reality as you continue to ascend. We hope this helps.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
We have a question collectively. We would like to get to know you better. Who exactly are we talking to? Who are the wisdom keepers? Are you from different star systems? And are you connected through Angie or to all of us?
We are wanting to make a joke about this question. However, we will not at this time, but we are laughing. Hold on. Yes, we are the wisdom keepers, and we come and reside from many different star systems. There are so many of us, we are unable to fully focus or channel one part of us through one vessel. And so many of you may have frequencies on the earth that hold parts of our energy. But what we represent is holding the wisdom of the universe. We often meet together as a council or a team that works among the universe. There are representatives that we have assigned or who have volunteered to move about this universe to gather information from different star systems. So there is a representation from each star system that gathers with us to bring knowledge and wisdom of what is taking place in each field of consciousness and each planet. And then we report these messages to the Council of Light and to the Galactic Council and to the Galactic Federation and to those who are in higher realms, such as the elders, to keep order and help wisdom to remain in alignment with truth and love. Each of us have a certain frequency we shift into when we go to help a certain part of this universe, moving into different parts of the galaxies and sharing information from that earth or from that planet or from that realm or from that perspective. As there are more perspectives and focuses than you could ever comprehend in your reality. So the representations, the wisdom keepers, the keepers of all that is happening at the same time, come together and report about this. There are parts of this frequency that reside in other humans on Earth, and you activate the wisdom on Earth as you activate within yourself, and you move about the earth, sharing the wisdom, many of you without speaking, many of you by just being present, many of you by just holding love and light within your heart towards yourself and humanity around you. So in many ways, the keepers of wisdom are within all of you. However, there are those such as Angie, who is a representation, or what you would call on your earth a volunteer or a council member that is going about the universe. And in this particular focus, she has agreed to go to Earth to be human, to bring wisdom, to shift frequency, and to report back to us what is taking place on Earth at this time. Does this help?
Yes, and thank you so much. Have you all had the Earth experience as well?
Well, we're having it right now.
All right, Gina.
Yeah, I have a couple of questions. The first one is that I'm noticing when I have certain conversations or thoughts coming through in my mind that my body will start to vibrate or buzz. Sometimes it used to start within the chest, but I'm noticing it now happening and starting more in my legs. Can you tell me what's happening?
Your body is connected to what you call nervous system or the nerves of your body. The nerves of your body are connected to emotions. The emotions are connected to the feelings, and the feelings are connected to your consciousness. And the feelings give messages to your emotions, which give messages to your body, which give messages to your nervous system. And each of these work together as one and are a gift that is given from source for the physical experience to navigate the physical experience. So when body system sensations come up for you, it is a representation of something speaking to you, whether that is something that you've held on to that is not supportive or helpful, or if it is something being communicated to you from your higher conscious mind to get you to do something, or to bring awareness of something that maybe you have not been aware of, or to share information with you in some way or form. The body is always speaking to the conscious mind, and the mind is always talking to the higher you, or what you call the higher self, or the overall soul, which is your main guide. You are your own guide. So you guide yourself by giving yourself messages through energy or frequency that moves down through the body. Does this help?
Yes, and I noticed that most of the time, or all of the times that I experience that, are all with really positive or amazing thoughts that are coming through my mind. Am I also activating potentially like my chakras in my system?
Anytime your vibration has shifted into more of a love frequency or your original frequency that you reside from, you will feel the activation of your chakras. Every chakra is always activated. It is just that it amplifies when you are tuned into your true self. So the positive experience that you are having, the feelings and sensations that come with the positive experience, is an indication of alignment with your energy and the chakras being opened and spinning and awake. And so the body is always telling you where you are in alignment with yourself. Does this help?
Yes, that's very helpful. Thank you. I
You're
have one more
welcome.
question. When I sleep at night, I feel like I very rarely remember my dreams. How could I increase that more, or remember my astral traveling? Or is the reason I'm not remembering, is it like maybe to protect me right now?
There are things that will not be helpful for you to remember that you do in your sleep or when you are working in the non-physical realm, because it would interact with the current lifetime in a way that would cause you confusion, or it would cause you to get off track from something that is already happening in your life that you need to continue, or it would influence your thoughts or thinking in some type of way. So sometimes you are able to become aware of these exchanges or interactions that you have when you leave your body at night. But those are only because you were meant to use that message in a way, or to gain awareness from that message in a way to use for your current reality in life in which you are focused on. But anytime you do not remember, it is not that you are not having these experiences. It is that it is not beneficial for this current focus you're in to be aware of it. Does this make sense?
Yes, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Kim?
Yes, I've been very attracted throughout my life to the Palladian species.
They are attracted to you.
Oh, well, that's what I want to find out. Are they part of my spirit family? Or, my spirit family. And if so, or is there any other species that might be within my spirit family or my spirit guides?
We, in some way, want to correct you about spirits. We are spirits. Everyone is a spirit, but we are projected in a focused form right now. And all of us are projected into different forms. And the Pleiadians are those beings who are a little bit of a higher frequency than Earth. And the way they do still very much appear to be physical in some way, or very much like a human in their physical way of presenting themselves. It does not mean that their body is completely physical like a human, but they are beings, they are extraterrestrials, you may say. And so it is not necessarily that the Pleiadians as a whole are your spirit team or guides or connection. It is simply that you can and likely do have a part of your soul, as we were speaking about earlier with the different perspectives your original self is putting itself into at this time, that you have a perspective in the Pleiadian star system where you were working with them, understanding your reality from them. And that part of you at times could be assisting you here on Earth, just as we spoke, that some of you from other realms or lifetimes are your own guides. And so this part of you sometimes visits you, which gives you a urge to connect with that part of yourself, which then gives you a desire to relate with that particular star system and what you may call guides or team. Does this make sense?
Yes, very much so. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Lori?
I just recently learned that in one of my past lives, I was a Native American Indian woman. And I was wanting to know if there's anything that I learned in my past lifetime that I can relearn in this lifetime to help the collective.
We want you to understand that each lifetime has its own perspective and own awareness, and they have things that they are meant to do in that particular lifetime. It is not that in each lifetime there's not something familiar or similar going on. It is just not going to look the exact same way. So instead of attempting to repeat something from another lifetime that you were living, attempt to follow what you are called to do in this current focus and lifetime. And you are doing so already at this time. You are seeking, you are learning, you are producing things on the earth, you are helping, you are loving, you are moving forward, you are allowing yourself to change perspective. And so you are doing exactly what you were meant to do. The confusions that humans often have is that they must have a physical or a actionable behavior that fulfills what they're here to do. And in some cases, that is true, that you need to be physically doing something. We'll just use the example of Angie here, that she is physically channeling. She is physically holding light for other people. She is guiding. She is teaching. She is being a representation of us. So she's playing many roles in the physical realm, but she is not attempting to pull in anything from another lifetime, even from her higher perspective, Annabelle, who resides with the Octarians. She is understanding that that is her focus and this is Angie's focus, but they work very closely together. So as you activate the awareness of yourself from other lifetimes, just ask them for assistance. It is not that you have to do what they have been doing. Ask them to come and guide you. You will get little prompts, little ideas, little things that pop into your mind. Maybe in one lifetime, you were very good at creating baskets. You were a basket weaver. You made baskets. But in this lifetime, you paint. You use acrylics and a canvas. It is the same thing. It is creating art. And that could be your calling in both different lifetimes, just looking very differently. So as you think about these things, even if you believe in some capacity that your past life person that was a shaman or healer, it has information that you don't have, that is not true. You do have it. You just need to trust that you have it and allow yourself to believe it and work that out in this focused lifetime that you're in without needing to complicate it with the ideas of what is taking place in another lifetime. Does this make sense?
Yes, it does. And just one quick question. I have an owl that sits outside my window at night and seems to be talking to me. Is the owl my spirit animal?
There have been owls showing up for many of you recently, and this is because wisdom is coming to each of you and to be aware of the messages that are coming to you at this time.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mary?
Yes, on my property, I'm surrounded by woods, and when I go walking, there's a certain spot that I can feel a change in the energy. I was wondering if that was a portal.
Yes.
Is there anything I can do in that area to, I don't know?
No, there's nothing you need to do or really can do. This is activating because of the change of the earth and the frequency shifting. And so this portal or this activation part of the earth, or maybe even what you may call is one of the chakras, one of the many chakras, not just the 7 that you know of, that is activated upon the earth to bring frequency. Just as we spoke before about the frequency in the body shifting and that awareness taking place when your vibration rises, the earth is having little moments where its chakras are vibrating at a higher frequency. And some of you that live near these places may feel a shift in the energy when you move through this. So if you would like to use it, you may go meditate with it and activate your own energy with it.
Okay. And is there a purpose for trees energetically?
There's many purposes for trees. Trees hold frequency, they hold love, they hold the foundation and vibration in which you breathe your air. They hold the ability to clear frequency and energy. This is why when you spend time with them or you walk through them, your energy and vibration shifts. They are able to pull that energy from your body and move it up the trunk and activate it back into the light. They are constantly shifting things here in the lower energies of earth and pulling them back into a higher frequency. And as the sun activates them and brings back the light, they then give back to the earth through their roots and then to you through the air and oxygen that you breathe. So as you get to know trees, as you learn about them, as you spend time with them, you are not only supporting the earth, but you are supporting yourself as well. We hope this helps.
Yes, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Laura?
Yes, excuse me. I am curious. Can you give me a couple of examples of things you do as the wisdom keepers for fun, pleasure, or say a hobby? And I know that
we watch
you're
you.
not an individual.
We watch you.
That's your fun?
Of course. It is quite comical to watch humans. Have you never watched another human?
It is a great pastime. You're right.
Therefore, we think it is fun as well. However, we do not make fun of you, as you may anticipate. We look at you as in awe sometimes of how you were able to hold such a low frequency. We also find it very comical about how you interact with one another or lack of interaction at times. And that is very strange to us as we are interacting with one another all times. We also find it very comical when you argue. Those low frequencies that you allow in your body and your mind, and then speaking it out, it looks very silly to us that you often have very little mindless things that you should argue over. And so we attempt to stop you at times, but sometimes we will say we do just watch in somewhat of an awe that this is taking place. But there are many things happening on your earth at all times that we are very much entertained by, and we spend most of our time attempting to help you to see things differently. But as far as fun, we're not sure how to speak in your awareness or words about what fun is to us, as we do not necessarily engage in behaviors for fun. We vibrate at a frequency where we are fun all the time. So therefore, we don't need to access fun. We just enjoy. We vibrate at the frequency of what you may call on earth joy or excitement at all times. We hope this helps.
Yes, that was wonderful. It does remind me when you were talking about one of the last arguments I had with my late husband. Of course, can't remember what it is, but he threw his hands up and says, "Oh, you drive me crazy." And he took a few steps, and it's like he got a message, maybe from one of you all, but he turned around and said, "But you're my crazy."
Oh, yes. There's many times that you humans get messages. You like to ignore them, but that's okay. We still love you. But in that moment, he did hear, oh, wait, I love this person. I therefore will think different.
It is comforting. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Holly?
Hello, I have two questions. My first one is a more serious type question, which has to do with, I brought this up at our gathering 2 weeks ago, where sometimes I feel like I'm communicating on a different level than the people around me. It's like I'm missing something. They're in on information, and maybe it's something that I'm not privy to. And sometimes my vision will get a little.
Let us ask you a question about this.
Well, my question is that
we want to ask you a question about the conversations. Can you please give us an example?
Well, I think it's more so when I'm around a group of people and they're having a conversation. It's almost like I don't know. It's like they're all in on some sort of secret information that I'm not. It doesn't happen all the time, just on occasion. And I'm wondering if that's like an ascension symptom.
We are attempting to understand in which kind of setting this is taking place for you, as we want to give you the answer, but we want to make sure that you are ready for the answer. So can you give us a particular, yes.
It could be a professional setting, but I've also experienced it in a casual setting around other people as well.
What you are picking up is that there is a common frequency among those around you in their thinking, and your frequency is not residing at the same frequency that theirs is at that time. Therefore, you are getting a glimpse in some type of way of where your current reality is focused. And maybe if you shift your focus a little differently, you can move into the same thinking as them. So we will give you this example as a visual. If you sit in a group of people, imagine that each person is sending a light into the middle of the circle. Each light has a frequency about it from each human. Each of those frequencies have a similar understanding or a similar vibration of awareness, which gives this group the ability to communicate within the same language and the same comprehension. There may be times where you are sitting in the group and what you are putting into the circle is different than those. And so what you can do that many humans are not aware they can do is shift your awareness into that understanding so that you can see the perspective in which they are seeing at that moment. It is just simply a perspective shift that you need to do. whether that is a perspective of yourself or of the group you are with at that time. Does this help?
It does. And I just have one more thing. This is my question that I thought maybe was not, was more of a frivolous question, but then others have expressed an interest in this as well. There are many of us in this country known as the United States that have obtained student loans for school. Some of us have quite a lot of student loan debt. Is the government going to fly apart enough that I'm not going to have to pay that?
Oh, of course.
Great. That's really important.
The
to me
way that
because
you
there's a
all
lot of
are
it.
interacting with your world at this time is changing drastically. Therefore, the things that have held you in bondage of the third dimension will be shifting away. And therefore, many things will be created on your earth that will look much different in how you engage with the world around you. And the thing called education will look very different in the near future. Within the next 10, 15 to 30 years, there will be complete shift in the way your universities work and schools work. However, there is a lot of growing pains that are coming with this, a lot of blocks, a lot of things that have to be worked out prior to this. So we understand that this is something you want to take place immediately. However, we encourage you to be patient and understand that maybe not every single human on earth will be able to experience complete release based on when they choose to exit this earth and their time that they agreed to here on earth. So those of you that will be here for a little bit longer, that will be here within the next 5 to 10 years, you will probably see a big shift. And even in the next 2 to 3 years, a complete collapse of what you have been aware of to be your government. And this is going to happen sooner than you think. So we encourage you to continue to do the work, to understand yourself differently, to hold a vibration of hope, to not get caught up in the fear or the ideas that are being perceived back to you from those that are sharing information, as all the information is not always accurate. And the more you get caught up in what they are sharing, the less you are able to control your own energy and your thoughts and focus as they pull your focus towards them to keep your vibration from shifting and moving higher, which they know is taking place upon the earth at this time. So we hope this helps.
Oh, it helps. Thank you so very much.
You're welcome.
Heather?
Yeah, I have 2 questions. The first question is, the other day I was in the kitchen making food and I got a sudden ringing in my left ear. Oops. Oh gosh, sorry. Sudden ringing. I was wondering what that was. Like, was there a message?
You were hearing energy. You were hearing a shift in energy around you. There was likely a spirit that was moving near you or around you, which you were hearing the vibration of. And you probably likely know who this spirit is. And he was just simply coming to say hello.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Then the cat who just jumped in front of me, he has an obsession with Barbie dolls. Do you know why he takes my daughter's Barbie dolls?
They remind him of his youth. We are joking. These are things that he enjoys engaging with as they represent his ability to hunt and to control. And so it's just simply the way the cat interacts with the world around itself to feel as if it has some type of dominance. We hope this helps.
Yes, thank you.
My question has to do with an incident that happened on January 30th. That evening, I had a visitor come into my home that I couldn't see, but my dog Howard could see. it kind of scared him. And I've talked to Angie about this, and she at first thought maybe it was a spirit of a woman that found me, but then she said it's not really clear, and maybe they weren't being very clear on their energy. Would you happen to know what went on that night?
Yes, you were having an interaction with a non-physical being, or a light being, you may say, and it did have a feminine energy about it, which is likely why Angie was attempting to pick it up. And this being in particular was blocking the ability for anything around it to have awareness of who it was or why it was visiting you. And so you may have felt a few things taking place in your energy or around your energy. And this is because this being was coming to assist you in some type of way. And your dog interacted with them because they could sense and feel them on a higher vibrational level than you were able to in your physical body. We hope this helps.
Yes, thank you. And my next question is, do I come from a specific star system?
You are related to the Lemurian star system. And we know that this is likely a star system that you feel drawn to, but you are connected with that frequency at this time.
Okay, thank you. Mary?
Yes, my question was, did I have a past life here on Earth?
Yes.
Am I a volunteer?
Yes.
And what is my purpose here?
Your purpose is love, and your purpose is perspective. You give other people around you the ability to see things differently by simply being yourself and to be present around others. You challenge their thinking by simply being you, sometimes without even needing to say a word. We encourage you to continue to use your light, the frequency of love that you hold within you, and even your silent moments to help shift energy around you. As many times it may feel like you need to be physically doing something to create a shift on your earth, but that is not always the case. Sometimes it is just your presence, which you are doing at this time. We hope this helps.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
Gina?
Yeah, I have a question. Just like Angie, a form of her higher self, I don't know if that's how I refer to it, is Annabelle. Can you tell me if one of my parts of my higher self, if he or she has a name?
Let us look and check. We are not able to get that information at this time. You may check back later, or you have already received the answer in what they might be saying at this time. We hope this helps.
Yes, I have another question. Can you tell me, I feel like I've had previous lives with my current husband before here on Earth, and maybe not on Earth. Can you tell me if that is the case? And if so, do you know how many lives we've had together?
You have had many lifetimes together on Earth and in other star systems. There are really too many to share at this time. However, we want you to know that not all lifetimes are related to the way that you connect in this lifetime, as relationships are very different on Earth as they are in other realities or star systems or planetary life, where there is not marriage or there is not love in the way that humans love. We hope this helps.
Yes, that makes sense. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Lori?
I would like to know, is there any star system that is currently working with me right now? And if so, is there a download that they're trying to connect me with or anything like that? Does that make sense?
We see that there is a communication coming from Sirius at this time. We are not aware of the message, however, that they are attempting to get to you. and we are being shown that there is a light frequency going from, there is a being within the star system that has light going to your crown chakra. So if you were to meditate and activate your crown chakra, you may be able to receive this message. We are not going to intervene with that, as this is a part of your activation and trusting yourself as a human to raise your consciousness and awareness and vibration as you ascend. We hope this helps.
Yes, thank you.
I think that's all the questions we had at this time.
We have greatly enjoyed spending this time with you all. We hope that what you are able to bring back with you as you continue your life is awareness of yourself, and that you carry a vibration of love that can transform your life and the energy around you. We love you deeply, and we look forward to speaking with you again. All right. Let me get my glasses on here. Whew. All right. Thank you, TikTok. I'm going to sign out of you. Bye, YouTube.